Welcome to Father Knows Best. Thanks for joining us, Mychal.
You know, when I come on Max Unboxing, I prefer to refer to me as Bahamas Ali.
Bahamas Ali, I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Yes, Bahamas Ali. How's Clay doing? Let's get that out of the way first. He coming along?
Yeah, his rehab's coming along fine. He's shooting jump shots in the gym. He's doing basketball drills. Nothing too heavy yet. That's still a couple of months away, but he's progressing right along, and he'll be back to full strength next season.
Excellent. Okay. So I understand, Mychal, that you have a beef with my take that we are in the midst of a golden era of heavyweight boxing.
Yeah, I don't see it, Max, because the heavyweight era that I grew up in, they all fought each other. Especially, let's take the 80s, for example. That was a great era. Riddick, Bowe fought everybody except Lennox Lewis, but he fought all the other great competitors in the heavyweight division. Evander Holyfield. Holyfield fought Tyson. These guys didn't avoid each other in the 60s, 70s, and 80s like we see today, where they come up with every excuse not to fight each other, using the excuses of promoters getting in the way. No, go out there and fight each other, challenge each other like they did back in the golden era of heavyweight boxing in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, when the top 5 or 6 heavyweights would fight each other. Right now, all we have are Fury and Wilder fighting each other. We can't get Joshua in the ring with the other guys.
You're such an old man, get off my lawn, man yells at cloud take here. First of all those decades were not the same. The 60s were in a golden era. The 70s are the greatest heavyweight era of all time. The 80s were in a golden era. Bowe and Holyfield and Lewis and that's the 90s. The 90s were the second best heavyweight era. I'm not saying that this era is as good as the 70s, but every 20 or 30 years we get a really good heavyweight era. Mychal, we've already had Fury Wilder. We're about to have Fury Wilder too. Wilder's fought Ortiz twice. Joshua and Klitschko had a great fight. We're probably going to get either Joshua Wilder or Joshua Fury eventually. What's wrong with that? We're in the middle of it now. Ali and Frazier didn't start by fighting each other 100 times. They had one fight, and then Foreman and Frazier fought, and then Ali and Frazier had a rematch. It takes time.
It takes too much time now, Max. Frazier and Ali fought within the span of about 4 years. 3 times. It's been 5 or 6 years now. We can't even get these guys in the ring to fight each other over a 2-year span. Obviously, Wilder and Fury are fighting in the rematch, but the winner of this fight should be definitely going on to move on to Joshua. And if you want to see Fury Wilder again, fight again. Whoever wins the Joshua or whatever fight should fight Fury or Wilder, the loser of this fight. So it should be a round robin going on, but there's not, because they make us wait 2-3 years between fights and they finally see each other, Max.
But isn't that just the organization of the business now, Mychal? This one, here at ESPN, we have Top Rank, and Top Rank's doing business with the PBC now and Al Heyman, but then there's DAZN and Matchroom Boxing and Golden Boy. Isn't it just the nature of the business nowadays?
You got to put the fans first. You're doing a disservice to people like me and you and all the millions and millions of boxing fans today who want to see the best fighters fight each other. Forget all this promotional garbage. If you could get Tyson and Lewis together and the other fighters together on cross-promotional, we're getting Fury and Wilder together on cross-promotion. So there's no excuses anymore why these guys can't fight each other. And I blame the boxers, too. The boxers need to take control of their careers and say, I want to fight the guy who's the biggest challenge and who's going to make me the most money. Forget all this other stuff about cross-promotion problems.
This is what Terrence Crawford's telling those welterweights in the PBC. Guys like Sean Porter are talking about him. Hopefully, Wilder Fury means we see Spence and Crawford in the not-too-distant future. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.